Yeah, she'll step in a minute. I'll see when you're in this. This is the one, but this is all happening actually.
You pressed start, did you?
And
Oh.
I think we are finally live. There we go. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining in.
Oh, hello.
It's funny sitting, because when we set this up in the corner of the room, I get to see all the gold that is kind of tucked away, and I just spotted the Game Boy printer that you've got with a full till
My
roll.
Game Boy printer,
Your
yes.
Game Boy printer with a full till roll. 6 AA batteries. 6.
And we've never, I don't think we have ever had 6 AA batteries that are not in some other controller that we needed that we could try out. So.
I don't think I've ever seen 6 batteries in one place, to be honest. So
we need to print. We need to, maybe we should do that tomorrow. Maybe later on, we need to print something out.
yeah, the quality of it. The ink will be dry now anyway, so
I think it's brilliant.
you could probably just put in some water.
It shouldn't be. Yeah. Anyway, good evening.
Hello. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Last week was a really good laugh. So we obviously just going to do this every Friday. This quiz, I think, is slightly more challenging because the question seemed. We had really good feedback from the last one, so thank you for everyone that messaged us and commented.
Yeah.
But this one seems much more varied. There's a lot more covered in it.
Yeah, different genres and different eras.
Like eras,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of everything but something for everyone in it, I think.
Because because we write the questions together, obviously there was a certain. Well, I was looking at some that you were doing, and I thought, would I know the answer to that if I wasn't doing it with you? But that's cool. But just a quick check while you're all watching. Does it sound okay? Does it kind of sound okay in the video? It's fine. Just let us know in the comments. And hello, London City Nights is the London City Nights last week came very close.
Yeah,
very close.
Well done.
But we've actually got a proper tiebreaker this time. So none of that me scrabbling around for a book and then asking people to spell wood on a dictionary or anything. We've actually got a question.
Dictionary? Did you do that last time?
So yeah, we'll give it another minute or two because it's only just going to
we'll give it a few minutes. And cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Apparently,
hope you got your beers and wine ready.
It's International Malbec Day, which they'll have a day for anything now, but Malbec is my favourite wine, so I'll go with it.
So we got to go on the Malbec best. And it is Friday after all. So, although my Fridays are every day at the moment.
Single tier, a small violin. So yeah, while everyone's in the questions, while we're sort of waiting for a few people to join, what gaming has everyone been doing? Because you have been hips deep into Animal Crossing.
Oh, New Horizons, yeah, definitely.
You played it for at least 45 minutes, haven't you, in total, I think?
It's been a while since I've played a game like that. Like, I'm looking forward to it in the evenings and thinking, in the morning, I can't wait to switch it on. And I obviously do other things during the day as well, but a lot of it involves Animal Crossing.
Boils down to Animal Crossing.
That's in real time as well, isn't it? So basically, I live my life through my little avatar Flora.
I didn't realise how many mediums it kind of bled across, like when you've got like the apps and the Discords and stuff. Like, people are hip deep into that game.
Yeah, I've got Pocket Camp as well.
It's got marginally more depth than Green Dog the Beach, so if we do it on the Mega Drive, I'll give it that.
Yeah, but that's equally as good, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there's 14.
What's that one you've been playing, actually?
I've been playing. I played Vigor on the Xbox Game Pass, and I've been playing State of Decay 2 with my brother. I'm between games at the moment. Like, I haven't got a single play one that's really grabbing me. So
I think you seem to be jealous that I've found a game that I'm
not reading out that comment. Fire and Water 49. I'll just leave that there. That's what that is. So
could be true.
Yeah, I think. Should we rock straight into it, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Into the quiz?
For that, yeah.
So it's 3 rounds. It's a little bit different than last time. The first round is 20 sort of standard general knowledge questions. Then there's 5 questions of, you've got to guess the game from the cover, which I've expertly sort of blocked out. And the third round then is, and you came up with this one.
Well, the third round.
Yes, it's not the...
Oh, guess the game by the screenshot.
Oh yeah, so it's screenshot round. Just 5 of those to kind of end it. So we'll kick off, I suppose. So this is question 1.
Good luck.
And there's 20 questions in this round, so I'll let you kick off.
Okay. Right, so the first one is, Arthur Morgan is the protagonist of which video game?
So
I love this game as well.
It's a good solid name as well. It's a good strong name.
I think I just love Arthur. Arthur Morgan is the protagonist of which video game?
And he does sound a little bit like Ted Levine as well, which is always good. I think most people should talk like Ed Levine apart from my
Yeah,
mum.
it just makes you fancy
few
him even
others.
more, doesn't it?
I didn't catch that. Yeah, so that's Arthur Morgan is the protagonist of which video game? I'm sure a load of people have got this. We start off with a nice sort of casual one.
Yeah. Answers in a postcard.
So question 2, name this 2005 PS2 video game, Something the Hedgehog.
And also, the little lines that represent
The words,
the words not correct.
they don't match up. We thought we'd make it a bit tougher, so that's not
So don't count
necessarily
the letters,
the amount of characters in the name.
Although that is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a spoiler, isn't it? Straight
That's a
away.
little cheeky hint.
Yeah, so name the 2005 PS2 video game, Something the Hedgehog. Next one.
Question 3. What is the main form of currency that you collect in the Animal Crossing games?
That's weird.
I had to put that in there, I had to.
That does seem like one of your questions. I'll give you that.
So what is the main form of currency that you collect in the Animal Crossing games? Ever heard of Arthur Morgan, someone said.
Never heard of Arthur Morgan.
Well, when you find out about Arthur Morgan and you meet him, you'll fancy him too.
Question 4. Which iconic songwriter appears in Omicron the Nomad Soul? That is a tough one. But if you just think of iconic songwriters and think about when the game was released, we'd be kicking around.
Yeah.
So I think in the game they appear in a bar and play 3 songs. I don't know if they were written specifically for the game or if they're off an album at the time, but
Oh, really?
it's really cool. I got to be fair, I played Omicron briefly on the PC, I think, years ago. It's one of those ones I wanted to go back to, but
You loved your chance, didn't you? Well, when you're not working.
yeah, smash into it. It does seem a bit in depth. So yeah, which iconic songwriter appears in Omicron the Nomad Soul, which I think was released on the Dreamcast and PC?
I would never have a clue with this one, by the way. That was your question. I had no idea. Just putting out there. Question 5. Which computer brand is Clive Sinclair associated with? Should know this. Shame on you if you don't know it.
He's done a few things, but there's one specific brand that his glasses
Kind of rhymes, though, doesn't it? Clive Sinclair. That's it.
Oh, I mean, it's a literature,
Yeah,
so it's just like it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's
Clive Sinclair,
classic.
Atari Lynx. Yeah.
That's not it.
Oh.
Yeah, so which computer brand is Clive Sinclair associated with? Again, we play more of these games. I feel like it's been a long time since we've dug that console out. And
Rufus T. Firefly said 0 out of 3 so far, 0 out of 4. It's going well. Good work, Rufus. Just flying away there. Question 6. Scab, Fat, Booty, and Dinky are all islands featured in which video game?
And it's not Pac-Man. It sounds like.
A bit of a spoiler there, but that's fine.
No, but when you read it out there,
it does sound like I'm reading out the ghosts. Yeah.
Last week, didn't we? So.
Scab, Fat, Booty, and Dinky. The thing is, weirdly, I'm a huge fan of this game, but I think it's so long ago that I don't remember those islands.
I think I know I know an island called Scab, and that's how I knew it was that when you wrote the question. I know. Yeah. And also, we've got a little cheeky picture up around the flat somewhere. So if anyone's been on our Twitter,
I've just seen it.
No, but we've got the artwork up, haven't we, of the actual game?
Yes, yeah, we have. That's a good job.
That's what I was trying to say.
So I'll let you do the honours of the next one.
Yep. Question 7. Complete the title of the game SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the... I'm not sure what other console it was released on, but it was released on the PlayStation 2, wasn't it?
That's the one we've got. That's the one I know it from.
Yeah.
And again, just so you know, the dashes don't represent the amount of characters in the answer. It's maybe longer than that, maybe shorter than that.
Again, I love SpongeBob. Something about the SpongeBob games as well.
I've never played one. I was at a weird age with that. I never saw it on TV. I think I'm more familiar with it now through you than I was with it when I was growing up.
I think I was about 21 when I really was living it.
I went straight into SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So complete the title of this game, SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the blank. So, question 8 of 20. What colour are the buttons on the Super Nintendo gamepad, the NTSC version? It's not the wonderful multicolored PAL that we all know and love. They're all on the NTSC version. They're all a shade of effectively of a certain color.
Oh, hey, Kim. Hello. What color are the buttons on the Super Nintendo gamepad NTSC? NTSC. I wrote that down, so I know.
Hope we're all doing well. Question 9, apart from Rufus. Which actor voices Gabriel Knight in Gabriel Knight 3? And I think it's called Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned, the subtitle, but we didn't want to make it look busy here. So, yeah, in Gabriel...
So we thought we'd make it harder for you, basically.
Take off the sub... Well, I've given it back.
Yeah.
So which actor voices Gabriel Knight in Gabriel Knight 3, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned? A game which takes place... It's a horror game that takes place in a really sunny village in the south of France. And one of the missions in it is you've got to shave a cat and put its hair on your lips to have a fake moustache. Now, I'm going to say it's not very good.
But then again, we've got a bald cat, haven't we, anyway? So
we've got
really
a bald
weird
cat.
Shaving one, would it?
Yeah.
In fact, that's how we got our bald cat.
It's this actor, by the way. I think the actor. This isn't really a clue, but he voiced Gabriel Knight in the CD-ROM version of the first game, but not in the second. A live-action thing played by a different person entirely.
All right, okay.
So, I know this is good. I like this because it's a good game. Though. So, question 10 for you.
So, what game was mainly known for being built into the Master System series of consoles? Should all know this one. Classic game.
Everyone.
Absolutely brilliant. Music's brilliant. So catchy, isn't it? But yeah, the game is really frustrating.
The thing is with it, it's completable in like an hour or two, but I was going to give a clue then, but there's certain parts of it that I'm sure are randomized. So it gets to a certain moment and you think, well, this is absolute guesswork.
Yeah, that's with most things, isn't it?
But everyone had this when they were young. Like, what game, when you popped on your Master System, something popped up. If the game, sometimes you had a cartridge in, you had to take it out, give it a little blow. Just to make sure that it worked properly.
Yeah.
So what game was mainly known for being built into the Master System series of consoles? And it's also one of the rarest in that library because everyone had it, so no one bought the cartridge of it, so it's actually quite expensive now. Question 11. What 1981 arcade machine is the source of an urban legend?
Kim said, I used to envy your SpongeBob lounge pants. I think I still got those, actually.
So I just glance down every now and again and see, not a clue, no idea. I need a clue, Britt. So I don't know who Rufus T. Firefly is, but are you saying that you need a clue for this question? For question 11? Well, there we are. It's not Sonic the Hedgehog. Someone else has given you a clue, so it's fine. I don't need to give one. So what 1981 arcade machine is the source of an urban legend? Quite an interesting urban legend as well, if you do fancy looking into it.
It's really fascinating. There's an awesome guy that actually talks about it on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, we could put a link up in the afterwards.
It's very worth checking it out. Because
you want to do the honours? We've got a cat.
Here's my Golden Axe t-shirt there.
I'll move on to the next one while she's decatting the room. Okay, actually. Obviously, we're in a fluffy cardigan. So, question 12. Which two characters are the only two playable characters throughout all Streets of Rage games, including the fourth? Which is handy, really.
I haven't played the fourth, although I'm a massive Streets of Rage
fan. It's not out yet. So. It's not out till...
yeah, but I haven't even seen a trailer or anything.
Really? I know, I showed you a trailer about a year ago, though. Oh. Yeah, it looks really cool. It's Lizard Cube, so it's going to be really good. But, so which two characters are the only two playable characters throughout all Streets of Rage games? And if you know, they obviously don't put anything in the comments, but...
No.
If you... Kim said, hey, Bukowski.
Oh, hello.
If you do know the full names, that's just bonus points, basically, because they're cool names.
To pick her up, otherwise she keeps jumping up, doesn't she? And she lost a glass of wine last night and a glass.
Oh, Ruben just said that it is the 30th of April that Streets of Rage 4 comes out.
Oh, wow, thank you.
4 players locally, 2 players online, which is a shame.
Soon.
A shame. It's really soon. Really soon. I wonder if we'll buy it and play it.
I think we will. The next question. Again, in the beat-em-up video game Streets of Rage on the Mega Drive, What is the name of the diner in the first stage?
This, for me, is one of the hardest questions of this quiz, and you put this in. Usually you blame me for questions that are too hard.
Yeah, but it's at the very beginning of the game, and he walks along, and you see this, and it's all like fluorescent lighting, like fluorescent tubes. It stands out.
It is there. I think you can actually, I've seen people on Twitter with the neon sign. I don't know if it's custom made or you can buy it.
I'd love to have that sign.
London City Knights, who is always up in the upper echelons of the scores, is struggling on this one.
Oh, you know this. Is there a clue we can give, or?
Rupert has said, I remember neon, which sounds like something someone would say like in the far future when they're reminiscing about the distant past. I remember neon. It was really unpractical and delicate. So yeah, I hope someone gets this one. I'd be intrigued who gets this.
Yeah,
I don't think I know I wouldn't get this because I had to ask you the answer.
Yeah, I'd be quite proud. But I think it sticks with me because I love Streets of Rage and I love the whole series, and I've always really wanted that as a sign up in the games room. And now we finally got a games room after all these years. We should
get the sign up really. These questions are hard. Maybe we'll, depending on the scores, maybe we'll simplify them slightly next time.
Okay.
It's just finding that middle ground. So question 14 of 20. In the game Witcher 3, what card game do you play? It's one of my favourite mini games in a game. I know that
you love it, don't you?
My brother, who's Firewater on this, is a huge fan of Triple Triad and Final Fantasy VIII. But for me, this one takes the cake. And burns down the bakery.
But even when you showed me, it was quite addictive. Like you
had a few.
Yeah,
she's keen.
But she'll jump back up, which is the irritating thing. So in the game Witcher 3,
Walrus.
What? Walrus?
That'd be such an impractical.
In the game Witcher 3, what card game do you play? And you can actually buy it. She's biting me now. In the game, you can actually buy it online as well. It's only the game.
Yes, but it is très expensive, as the French say.
Yeah.
So I'll let you do the honors for this one.
So question 15: what card does the player drive in the game Outrun?
So this is a 3-word answer, but we will take the first word if you get it.
Yeah.
The brand is fine, but if you can get the specific model, that's awesome. If you can get the license plate, I'll buy you a pint.
But then we could give you a clue to what colour the car is, but that's a very good giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
If you whistle one of the songs from it, maybe that would be a clue.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Or me?
Yeah.
No.
So what car does the player drive in the game Outrun? I wish. Every time I see that word. So question 16 of 20. Dizzy is Prince of the... Just fill in that gap. It's just clever play on words. Very clever. You wanted to do a different question for this, but...
Because I felt this was quite difficult, and when you did tell me about it, I remember...
More difficult than something you walk past in the background of a Streets of Rage.
I remember reading about it on the back of the cassette, and I didn't realise he was that Prince of the wherever. And I thought, okay, that makes sense, given his character.
Careful. Yes.
Moving on.
Oh, there we go. Rufus knows the Dizzy one.
Oh, high five.
You can just shut the laptop and put it on the PC now.
He's won, I think.
So yeah, I'll let you do this one. Question 17.
Death Adder is the antagonist in which game? So Death Adder is the antagonist in which game? You're able to see in the background, but there is one very big giveaway.
Background here?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh, I won't look.
No,
I don't know what it is. I won't look at anything except this Mario telephone that we've never plugged in. I wonder if... Do you reckon it would play like the theme tune?
It does work.
But does it play the theme tune? How about that?
I think... I'm not... I can't remember. We were plugged in years ago. We could plug it in later on and let people know.
Well, it's Friday night. Let's go bonkers. Let's plug the phone in.
We'll give you a number.
Well, I don't think I even know what the number is for this flat because we need to use landline.
The all you do is ring your phone with it and then...
I like it.
What happens when you press T in International Karate Plus? That's question 18.
This was one of those games. It's a very old game, and I remember playing it and like reading about this in a magazine and pressing T. When I saw it, I thought that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And we've got a version on the PlayStation 1. And if you press select, the same thing happens. I move my hands and you can't see them, but they're moving. They're grooving. And if you press select, the same thing happens. And I think I turned it on, tried all the buttons, pressed select, and then turned it off. I was happy.
I think you showed me literally about 5 years ago or something. I remember thinking, oh wow, that's actually quite funny.
And we've been laughing ever since.
Yeah, every day.
We just stopped just before this live stream, just so it wasn't ridiculous. We were giggling all the way through it. So 2 questions left. Which actor is known for the line "War never changes" throughout the Fallout series? Should all get this.
I love the Fallout series, and I think I said the same thing last week because I think we did a Fallout question last week as well.
Yes, it was such a broad, expansive series, so it's always good to have a Fallout question.
And I love the little Vault boys we have dotted up. Well, thanks to Casey actually.
Yes, thank you, Fire and Water. They are. I can't see any to hand.
There's one up there.
Oh yeah, that's the proper bobblehead one, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a couple of them here.
Yeah, cool. But a little clue: this actor has a broad face. So I'll let you do the last one. This is question 20, the last one of the first round of 3.
Okay, so what is Princess Peach also known as?
I didn't know.
Everyone should know this. I was surprised.
Well, when you said it, I thought, oh yeah, but no, I just know her as this. So
Yeah, so when they're not referring to her as Princess Peach, what do they refer to her as?
Well, Mario says they're in those.
No, she said they don't.
Oh.
Okay, so that's the end of the 20 questions, and then we're going to move on to round 2.
Yes, so this is the.
It's old. It's said.
You're not likely to guess the International Karate Plus one, to be fair.
Yeah.
So this next round, this is the my expertly edited picture round where you have to guess the name of the game. So the first one in this round of 5. What can that be?
So what game is this?
I can't tell if it's Shining in the Dark, Shining Force 1.
Don't give it away.
What?
Well, there's a guy, and he's saying he's jamming. That's a very big clue.
Based on Bob Marley.
I wish you'd picked a Mega Drive. We could have taken a picture of our Mega Drive.
The Mega Drive one, it's tough with these rounds because how much do you take out? But then it's such an iconic background that if I take out that Sega Genesis, obviously it's Sega Genesis, we'll leave it in.
Oh no, but I meant you could have had the Sega Mega Drive.
Oh, it had bits everywhere. The only images I could find were like covered in awkward bits, so I just wanted a plain image. Yeah. It's called the same thing in PAL and TNT regions.
Princess Rufus said Princess Peach, aka Ian.
Mary was like, "Oh, Ian! Finally, we're back together."
Ian Beale.
Oh, finally, Ian Rush, Ian Beale. If I was like playing through Mario and at the end of the game, Mario settled down with Ian Beale from EastEnders, that would be pretty surreal. Come on, you modders, get on there.
I remember having the Ian Rush Panini. Was it?
What you were gonna say, Callum?
Panini sticker when I was like about 8.
Yeah.
I was quite chuffed with that. I don't know why.
He had a moustache. That man had a moustache.
Like that.
A little bit of a mullet.
So, what picture is this?
So yeah, we'll move on to the second one.
This is an Atari 2600 number. You can probably guess from that.
Yeah, it's weird. We wanted an Atari question here to sort of represent the early parts of gaming, but the problem with the Atari is some of them are just text. Some of them just say like Dark Chambers or golf.
Or Eddie Langfinger de Museum de Libre.
But no, please, Eddie Langfinger de Museum de Libre and Schussel de Pollenzischrak.
The German ones, but that would have been pretty hard to guess.
This would have been. I know this is probably going to be reversed. I hope this is readable. But when we picked this up in Germany, is it glaring? Yeah, when we picked this up in Germany, the guy.
Look how you've taken away my face.
I'm moving over there. The guy said, this roughly translates into an old man frightens off a policeman. How could I not buy a game called that?
Yeah.
Mummy, do you want Mario? No, I want an old man frightens off a policeman. Okay, son.
Yeah, and I love the guy in the store who was kind of explaining what happened in the games, like literally, because obviously he's translated from German to English.
Chris in Retrospiel. What a man. So yeah, this is question 3. This is a tough one, but it's a modern one. We thought we'd throw in a few modern ones.
Oh, nice. Rupert says he's reading The Art of Atari right now. Ooh,
Rupert is
you're
also-
cheating here, Rupert.
He also, yeah, right on the leafing through the pages. Rupert also said that the cover art was not representative of the in-game graphics, which, well, you'll have to look at the screenshots of the Atari 2600 to figure that out for yourselves, but I think they're absolutely
I
fine.
think that's what draws me to the Atari 2600 of the last 5 years. That's why I've loved picking up games for that console and stuff, because
Is it that, or is it walnut paneling?
and that, I love that wood grain console.
Which we don't have, actually.
No.
So yeah, this is a newish one, so for all the newbies out there who might...
Seems like it'd be difficult. I did not know this.
The blindfolds are a clue,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been mispronouncing the second half of this game for the last year.
I know what it is, yeah. Picked up in front of me. So what is this? It's a classic. It was released on the PlayStation 1 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Back in the 90s.
this was a weird, not a tough one to edit, but I had to really zoom in because all of these little black... It says the title of the game so many times on the cover. So there's references to the title 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times that I saw. If you zoom in on this, it'll be low res. There'll probably be 1 or 2 I've missed.
Yeah, and if you can speak Japanese, I think that's literally what it says.
So,
So good luck.
but yeah, this was quite weird artwork for the game, but very cool.
Yeah, but that's why I'm glad that I chose this one particular one, because it was quite... When the title was there, you knew exactly what the game was, but then when you took it away, it was like, whoa, why is that game? You know, it's completely...
Yeah, it just looks like a blueprint drawing of a building. On the final question in this round, and for my money, the second toughest behind yours in this entire quiz.
Is who's got 7 eyes? He's got 7 eyes and teeth.
I think it's a telephone. Again,
It's a telephone.
what about this is most of the things you can see on this image aren't really any kind of clue. Like the MSX is just the image I grabbed. But when I saw this, I thought, this is a tough one to guess unless you've played it.
Yeah, this is one I struggled with, because look at it. I mean, it's horrible. It's got 7 eyes altogether. Oh, I don't like that.
So yeah, what game is this? And I would be impressed if anyone gets this.
I've never heard of software projects before, but then I suppose with the console of that time, like there were so many different independent people releasing.
Rufus T. Firefly guessed Slimaphone. Close. Oh, so close. But it's not. No.
That's a good guess, actually.
Okay, so we're on to the final round now, which is guess the game from the screenshot. And these vary. So
Yeah. So maybe give a couple of seconds so people can write their answers and have a think.
I'll have a sit in my one while this is happening.
It's Friday, and I think you said International Malbec Day, according to Alex.
Yeah, so I'll let her drink loads and loads of Malbec
All night long.
until we have an argument. And then we switch to Shiraz. So yeah, this is guess the game from the
Wait a
screenshot.
second. Rufus said, "Are the moles a clue?"
Yes. Yeah, they are.
I can't think what that game. Like I wrote the answer down earlier. I can't think what it was. It's because you chose it like weird, obscure ones, and I suppose I chose ones that you thought, oh, we both kind of like conducted the quiz together, didn't we?
I cannot wait to go through these answers so people are going to be like, oh, right, okay, thanks, Faye. So round 1. Can you guess the game from that screenshot? If you can, we can be dear friends forever.
That was a good game. I like the little catchphrase.
Oh, the catchphrases are
Very
repetitious
annoying.
in that. No, they're perfect.
So annoying.
I need a key.
When you play,
I need a key.
now you've told them what the answer is. They could just type it.
This is I need a key. No, this is...
That was irritating.
A lot of people talk about seminal first-person shooters, but this was the one for me. This was the first game that I ever played through, like, I'm sorry, wobbling the camera, ever played during, like, a local area network. I was upstairs, my friend was downstairs. We played this! So...
You need a key, apparently, a lot of times.
At some point in this game, you do need a key, I will say that. Yeah, it's an amazing, amazing game that I still return to. I wish they would port it to Switch. There's a version of this on PC you can play. I think it's 8. Play split screen.
I love this. Is one of my favourite screenshots of the round, I think. It's like a lovely and like cheeky Alex, his little rosy cheeks.
He's only 35 as well. But look at how he's like the vest, that sort of pastel blue vest thing.
And
the button is unbuttoned and the buttons are bulging. So
his skin looks nice though.
He's rosy of cheek, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, in those days when they went into the saloon and said, I can have a whiskey, they didn't know what they were drinking. They did not. It could have been vinegar and vodka.
I'd love to have been back in like around at those times. And
it would have stank. It would have stank. And I reckon as well, those houses in the background are props. I don't think they're full, actual habitable buildings.
No.
But if this is really tough. Oh, they're talking about Red Alert and Quake. Is that Bill Oddie?
Do you know what? It does look like Bill Oddie. Good spot. No.
This is Bill Oddie. What does Bill Oddie look at? Birds, is it? Well, that's what we got arrested for. Wait. Yeah, no, it's not Bill Oddie. That's your clue. This was made in 1992, 3, something like that. If you went to an arcade in that era, this would be there. That's my memory of it. Anyway, every arcade I went in, this game was there.
I never remember seeing this, but I loved it. When you showed me this as a screenshot, I thought that's really cool.
An old man holding a hat and smiling. What? Of course.
Just a lovely old man. I'd be his friend.
He's probably right by now.
This is quite a classic one, isn't it? I love this. What game is this?
This is a tough one because this is initially like I think this is a picture from the Nintendo Entertainment System, but I remember it primarily as like a PC game. I've played this, and I think we have this on the NES. Actually.
Yeah, we do.
I've never finished it. I've played it for a bit, and then again, I'll have to go back to this at some point, and then I never do.
Oh, he's on about keys in there, like silver key.
I know.
Those games need stupid key.
Unless you kind of get it from that image. I'm trying to think of another clue.
Yeah, because he could be anyone from any game. Like you could think of like protagonists or whatever in any game, and
I'm really looking forward to find out what the scores are going to be for this.
the fourth one, isn't it? So
now tell me in the comments someone has got this.
You can tell, you can see that he's got his brown leather jacket and he's got his denim trousers on, and that is
New Kids on the Block, the video game.
good, but not good. But what does that say? Death Show Fever? No.
Death Tower Show.
Death Tower Show.
In the game, you have to go through the Death Tower, which is a part of the game a lot of people hate, but I loved it.
Yeah, I never got that far, but I do love playing, and I love kind of
London City Nights.
I love on the Mega Drive. It's my favorite one. I love that.
It's one of those games that I just want them to release the soundtrack on vinyl.
That would be amazing on vinyl.
The thing is, though, it's so minimalist and ambient. Like the sort of...
But he's such a cool man, isn't he? I like him. I've got time for him, I think.
Yeah. I used to think when I was a kid, he was so cool, like his clothes and the way he moved and his name.
I want to say his name, but I can't.
We mustn't.
This is the last one.
This is the final question.
This should be pretty easy. Because it's got the names at the top, and if you've been to an arcade or if you're familiar with...
It wasn't released in the arcade.
Was it not?
There you go. No, it was... I think it was originally released on the Mega Drive with I think it came with like a limited edition comic, which we don't have.
Yeah, I saw that, but I thought it was... I'm thinking of something else then. I know I'm thinking of...
Yeah, I think you mentioned this to me earlier on. But yeah, so it was just a question of... Another last one. Rufus said... Can I give a clue? No, I'm not going to give a clue, actually.
Give a clue.
Give a clue? There's someone in it who looks a bit like Dick Tracy.
That's not a clue.
It's a fact.
I know, but you have to give a clue.
Okay, no, I can't, because it was planned to be part of like a big franchise thing, but that never worked out, so they made the game. I really like this game. I like the game, but I don't think I've ever beaten a computer opponent.
Okay.
But
Ruth in the games room now, so should
hopefully this will. Yes, Rupert says sort out your dial-up. We are streaming.
Well, we're retro.
We're so yeah,
in retro times, Rupert.
We've got 14.4K dial-up.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not connecting to the stream.
It's not back on. Well, are we back on? Can you see us and hear us, but we can't see that you can see us and hear us? Quite creepy.
Oh no, we are live. Yep, we're back up. We are back up. Good. Can you see us? Is this all good?
Is it back on?
I hope so. You're back.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah,
Yes,
sorry
we're
about
like Arnie. We're back.
Wow. So this is so we're just you got the last question, and we're up to the answers now, and I think all the answers come up on one screen, aren't they? So, let's go straight to this.
Okay, so question 1 was, just a bit of a refresher, Arthur Morgan, the nice looking Arthur Morgan, is the protagonist of which video game? And the answer is Red Dead Redemption 2. That was such a good game, wasn't it? I hadn't played Red Dead Redemption until with the PS4, so I haven't played any other ones, but I love that game. I love Arthur Morgan. I used to kill his horse quite a lot, without by accident. It's not really bad.
Friendly was telling us about how earlier on he was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and he was like tracking a headshot of like a bandit, and he tracked it so far that he ended up just shooting his horse in the back of the head.
Oh, I felt sorry for that horse. I mean, so anyway, question 2 was name the 2005 PS2 video game Something the Hedgehog, and the answer is Shadow.
Yeah, it wasn't Sonic. It was Shadow the Hedgehog in 2005.
I'm trying to think if we've got like the picture to show them what it was.
We have got it. So let's smash through these then. So we've got Shadow the Hedgehog. The currency in Animal Crossing is bells. The person who appeared in Omicron the Nomad Soul is David Bowie. Clive Sinclair is mostly associated with the Spectrum.
It's the Shadow of the Hedgehog.
Those islands, Scap, and etc., are part of Monkey Island 2, not Monkey Island.
We're in a Russian go catch our train, so.
The SpongeBob SquarePants and the Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. And all the NTSC controllers for the Super Nintendo are purple.
Yes. Then question 9. I don't know if you've caught up with that, because obviously you're going to catch a bus in a minute. So and you're stealing my wine. We've got to drink up and catch a train now. So which Brit is panicking about clearly.
The tickets flapping in my back pocket.
So which actor voices Gabriel Knight in Gabriel Knight 3? And the answer is Tim Curry. What game was mainly known for being built into the Master System series of consoles, and it was Alex Kidd.